Statement here. Obviously we played an excellent team at an incredible home court arena, coached by a terrific coach. Coming over here, the expectations on our end with just so much turnover and new players, I don't know if we had expectations because until you go through something like this, you don't really know what you have if you're us. But I thought there were times in the game that we played really well, but we weren't able to sustain the excellent basketball that we would have needed to play for 40 minutes to really have a chance to win the game. We played well enough in stretches to make it a game, to fight to the end, but to actually win it, we have to grow who we are and what we're doing, and instead of 20 minutes of good play on offense, we got to get that to 24 minutes or 28 minutes. Same thing on defense. But look, Zach Edey, he's really big. He's utilized really well. They have a very, very good team, and it would have taken a monumental effort on our part to leave here with a victory. I say all that, and that I leave here with my head high, our team the same. I thought we gave great effort, and right now that was a good version of who we are. I hope this is a good learning experience for us.
Coach, did you say anything to Dez at halftime in the first half? He had 4 turnovers, I think. He was only 1 for 6 from the field. Then in the second half, he looked like your team's best player, something you expect from him and what you've been talking about all offseason with his improvement.
Right, so exactly what I said. So if you think about Dez in the second half, thought 1 turnover, did a really good job. It's a big reason we scored 42 points in the second half, his improved play. Unfortunately, tonight, we would have needed that in both halves from him to really have a true chance to win the game. But it's a learning experience for Dez. A year ago, he was on a veteran team, a young and talented freshman. There were times when he was really good, and there was times when he was learning. This year, he's going to get the other team's best defender. He's the known, and he's going to have to go into every game and be ready to go. So, again, for Dez, I thought tonight was a great learning experience for him, and my hope is that his play will even out. 4 turnovers in the first half, it hurt us because turned the ball over against Purdue. Good teams, they make you pay. And at halftime, like we played with 10 turnovers, but the 10 that we had, they converted several of those.
Coach, I thought Trey Green really grew up in that first half, had a tough first half. How did you see his play tonight?
Trey is a terrific shooter. During my time, I haven't seen too many players that shoot the ball better than him. It hasn't shown up in the game yet. Some of it is we have to make sure that he's taking good ones. I want him to play with confidence and reckless abandon. I think that's when he's at his best. You want him to go in, though. You want those shots to go in. 2 for 9. Man, he was close. I thought a couple times that the shot that he took, if it goes in, that certainly makes us more difficult to play against. But I have great confidence in him. Freshman is a great experience for all of our freshmen. If you look at our freshmen, Trey Green, Kachi, Sasha, playing against Zach Edey and Dalen Swain, we played those guys a lot of minutes, and I thought they really, this was a great learning experience for them.
Sean, I'm sure you've been asked about this locally, but how difficult has it been to start the season without Fremantle and Jerome?
Yeah, Myron, the thing about us with those 2 guys, unfortunately, we know they're not coming back this year. They're out for the season. We had a bad summer. Usually people ask how your summer is. We lost 2 starters. Doesn't happen very often. The good news for them is they're returning to health. We're optimistic that both guys potentially could join us again next year. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. So we've had to shuffle the deck, playing a lot more younger guys. And I think the development that could happen for us really could be astronomical in a good way for our future. But that doesn't mean we're not trying to win now. It's just we have to go about it with a lot less experience.
Hey, Sean, right back here in the corner. 10 turnovers for the game. I thought you got a good, solid effort out of McKnight on the floor tonight. I thought he played really good minutes all from start to finish. Your thoughts on David?
It's the best game Davon has played for us. He had 3 steals, obviously playing against Braden Smith, terrific guard, playing against Purdue's pressure. But today, Davon was the point guard that we want him to be. He's tough-minded on defense. He takes open pull-up shots. He's a pass-first guy, pushes the pace for us. I thought he played very good basketball. And again, for him to come here, right, against Purdue, first road game, and be that, I think it makes us feel good about who we have here in the future.
Coach, obviously, when you go against Purdue, people are going to say the challenge is Zach Edey. But is the real challenge the depth and the role players and just how it all complements each other?
So for us, our strategy coming into the game, and you got to keep in mind with 10 new guys, game 3, it's not like we have this advanced group that can give him different looks. So we really tried to keep him between him and the basket and force him out, limit his offensive rebounds, try to limit his deep catches, and try to get rid of any angle. Sounds good. We held him to 28 and 11. He fouled out our whole team. I haven't seen a guy that big. I coached DeAndre Ayton, and I think if you put DeAndre behind him, he'd look small. But Matt obviously does a great job of positioning him, putting him in a tough position. He's hard to trap because of what you said. He's not a one-man show. He has other players that can shoot, and their scheme is really good. The other thing that I feel like Braden Smith's more aggressive as a sophomore. He had pull-ups. He did some things in the middle area of the floor that really hurt us tonight. And it's almost like a two-headed monster with those guys. I think Braden does a lot for himself and his teammates. And then, look, the three-point shots, they were 7 for 15. And the guys who made them tonight were Miles Colvin goes 3 for 3. Ethan Morton is from Pittsburgh. I love him, but he went 1 for 1. And Caleb First went 1 for 1. So you think about that. Those guys were 5 for 5 from 3. And I would say that if you look at it, those would probably be the 3 you'd want to shoot based on the stat sheet. So, yeah, Purdue has a lot of answers, and they're a really good team.
Sean, the Gitas, I thought, had a pretty good game tonight. Hit a couple of big shots when you needed him. But between him and Sasha, for a couple of European players to come over here and have a game like this in this environment, can you talk a little bit about how important their performance has been?
Yeah, I thought Gitas and Sasha both gave us really quality minutes. Out of the 3 games that Gitas has played, he's been in double figures 2 of the 3. He also had 7 rebounds. I think he made 2 threes tonight. He's a capable three-point shooter. Sasha did some good things against Zach Edey. For a freshman, thought he was smart. He in 20 minutes he had 5 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the floor. Thought he did a good job. And one of the keys for us is to get Lazar Djokovic back. We have not had him yet. He's a talented freshman. He gives us added depth and size, and we're hopeful here this coming week that we can incorporate him into what we're doing. That would give us, more firepower than we currently have.
Coach, do you have thoughts on the Gavitt games ending, and then what do these games provide for your program?
They provide a great boost in our strength of schedule. Playing here, tall order. But I love the Gavitt games because it's great for college basketball. I do think the thing that's changed for all of us is, if you're at Purdue, you're going to play a 22-game Big Ten schedule. We play a 20-game round robin, 10 at home, 10 on the road, and it's really different January and February and March when you do that. And I think all of us, if you're fortunate enough to be in March Madness, you want to have the freshest, most ready team you can. Sometimes you can maybe bite off more than you can chew. So I'll take this as a great learning experience for us and move on.
Coach, with having more of a younger team and losing your 2 starters, how do you feel your team is meshing in the game situations with all the adversity and the diversity?
I believe we're getting better. Tonight was a great step, but there were times, you guys watched the game where, we played well. We had some good moments both on defense and offense. But when you have a team that has this many new players, it's tough to sustain it for 40 minutes, especially against competition in this environment. And that's what we have to work towards. Whatever it is that we feel good about, we have to grow that. And that's my job. That's our job to do that.
A little off topic, Sean, but obviously college realignment shifted a lot of things throughout college basketball. We saw the changes with the NIT. How do you think all of this will impact the NCAA tournament in the future?
You know, I don't know the answer, Myron, any better than you. I would just say that the one thing about the tournament is, you know, there's so much greatness to it. I mean, the parity's never been stronger. You look at those early rounds when you're that 1 seed, 2 seed. You know, I'm not saying anyone ever felt it was a gimme, but it was certainly an easier task than it now is. And that's the 1 and the 2 seed in round 1 against 15, 16. You go to those other lines. This past year, we were a 3 seed. We played Kennesaw State, and they were an excellent team. I mean, they were really good. To beat them on a neutral court, I thought was one of our best wins of the year last year. So with that, you know, everybody wants to be in it, but it's tough to look at that tournament and say anything other than it's an amazing event, and all of us want to be in it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.